All right, Hammers Nation, Alex with you. And we have got a great show coming up with kind of rebranding of kind of what we're doing with our fantasy show for West Ham fans. We kind of renamed it Fat, Drunk, and Stupid, a fantasy football show. And the reason being is if you don't like our advice, guess what? We're fat, drunk, and stupid. So we're going to do our best to be all three. Anybody that's on the show has to be one of the three, either fat, drunk, or stupid, and kind of like a quarterback when you're a kid playing football. I'm all-time fat. So we're going to be joined by Clint from the Dallas Hammers in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, let's just quickly talk about, and we'll get to a couple other things, sponsors and all that. But while we're waiting for him, let's talk about the game, the West Ham game today. Obviously, that was a pretty big deal. Obviously, getting through the next round of the Cup, and want to see who found out, who watched it rather, what their thoughts were before we get Clint on the show. So, kind of checking in, see who's we've got. We got a couple of people watching right now, but let's see, what did we get? Was it 2-0 victory in that game? And that's obviously pretty huge. Obviously, going at Newport County, going on to the next round. So it's very important at this point that we continue that run. And I'm reading here, Jack Wilshere and Carlos Sanchez were important to that. I was really shocked. Obviously, watching, I did not think Sanchez was that great, but I was at work, so who am I to judge? And I didn't get to watch the entire thing, but obviously big deal, 2-0 victory, and they go on to the next round. So that's pretty huge. Let's see if Clint is around. Clint's trying to get logged in and be with us in just a second. So we'll just kind of start off with the Champions League. Look at the standings for the West Ham American Hammers TV rather league. So let's see what we got here. Who is dominating the league? We've got Happy Hammers last week checking in. Jamie Thomas pulling up about 68 points. It's pretty good. I don't know if that's leading the pack, but been consistent for the last couple of games, or couple of weeks rather. Mind the Gap, Trevor Beaumont, Gerard Sandstorm, Liam Richards, still playing well there. And let's see who. Oh, here we go. Hold on. We got who we got here. What's going on? What are you doing?
What's up, man? Sorry about that. My computer was being all sorts of stupid just now.
Well, that's what happened. We got there a little Starbucks.
No, little water. Just high quality H.
Are you going water boy on me?
Yeah, some high quality H2O.
That's what Mama told me. H2O.
That's right.
Hey, so obviously, kind of introduce guests tonight. We got Clint from the Dallas Hammers. So thanks, man. Thanks for joining us. Obviously, on a short notice.
Yeah, man,
so
for sure.
Talk to me about the game. Obviously, we talk about fantasy football and the league, but at the same time, if there's something relevant, let's talk about it. Talk to me. Did you watch any of the match tonight? Or this afternoon?
I was at work all day, and I caught literally the last probably 12 minutes. I was keeping up with it on my phone. I heard Antonio got hurt. And that golly, who scored? Pablo scored, and Jack Wilshere scored, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Wilshere scored, yep.
But I literally caught the last 12 minutes, man. It sucked. I wanted to watch more, but I got to pay the bills. So work was like, no, you can't watch the game. I'm like, what the heck? So, but from what I saw, though, it looked like, especially in the last minute and a half, where we got all the way down the field in the attacking third and then came all the way back to midfield, all the touches, the one-touch passing and everything looked real solid. So from what I saw, it looked good. I mean, I know Newport is not something to write home about, but, a win is a win.
Yeah, I mean, you take it and you go to the house. So that's
yeah, put it in the bag and let's go.
What in basketball? What did Jim Valvano say? You in the NCAA tournament, you survive in advance, and that's pretty much what.
That's it.
That's all you got to do, and that's kind of what we're talking about here. So yeah, we got in the chat room. We got Neil. Neil is I really need to kind of understand. And Neil's there that must be like his breakfast routine is watching the show. It's actually pretty funny. Not funny, haha, but pretty cool. Obviously Neil's talking about Antonio, and I'm not a trainer or physio or what have you, but I really don't understand how you do something to your hamstring in 5 minutes in a game. Please
from
help
what
me
I
understand
had read, I had read too. I mean, I'm an athlete, so I get it. But from what I had read, he had already had tape on his leg prior to the game. He had KT tape and some other stuff. So like it was nagging, and he was just going to kind of play through it, is what I had read on a couple different things. I don't know if that was true or not, because you know how people are like, oh, I saw tape, I didn't see tape. So that could be one thing, and he just stepped wrong. I mean, we don't know if the ground was wet and he just didn't plant correctly, and he just kind of it hyperextended and just precautionary, because at the end of the day, the Newport game, as well as it could have, or as it was, we needed to win to advance. There's no point for him to stay in that game, even if he's questionable at any point, in my opinion.
And Neil makes a good point. The hamstrings can go in any time, and I kind of commented to somebody. I was watching it in my office, kind of on the side, and went to somebody and said, "How can you do that in like 5 minutes?" Or did you? And a lot of people that are athletes as well, they're like, you didn't stretch, which obviously you're right. I mean, it's kind of like what Neil's saying. It could go at any time, but at the same time, but he was tearing down on the pitch full bore when it went. I didn't see it, so that's fair point. But his thighs are so massive.
Oh my God!
I don't know how they keep up with his hamstrings.
He is a freak specimen.
Yes.
I mean, he really is just a human battering ram almost when he's just charging down the field. And it's crazy how quick he can stop on a dime. But that's where he gets hurt, though, is, I'm going to go balls to the wall every play. But when you're carrying 210 and you stop on a dime, I mean, it's hard to stop a semi going 100 miles an hour.
Of course.
I mean, I hope he's okay. I mean, it's going to be a huge loss, because I think Saturday he came into the match and he definitely was a difference maker when he came in and he was streaking down the sidelines. I think that definitely opened them up. So hopefully he can get back to full strength, especially if he doesn't play this week. I think we have 2 weeks off after this.
Correct. Yeah, there's the international break about 2 weeks. Yeah, 15 days, 14 days, whatever.
I mean, this could have happened at a worse time, like right in the middle of a stretch of like just game after game after game. So at least we literally have one game and then we're off 15 days, 14 days. Yeah. So best case scenario, if something is wrong, that he got hurt now and injured now, in my opinion. But that's just me trying to be optimistic on the matter. If you know what I'm saying.
That's probably the only way you can be right now. Well, how are you doing in the league? We're going to kind of jump into some fantasy.
Let me
ins and outs.
Look. I looked earlier. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm pretty much the baddest dude playing this right now. Like, I'm sorry, but let's see, where am I at? 140th. That's where I'm sitting. So I'm sitting pretty. I'm running the marathon.
Yeah,
I'm starting on a slow pace, and only way I can go is up.
Well, Keith, you got to look at it. If you're a glass half full guy, you're sucking less and less
every week. That's right. I was like 186 last week, so I'm only going up right now.
We're gonna bust out the Jeffersons theme song, and we'll just with you playing. Let's. Oh, Nelly. All right, let's go real quick to.
Excuse me.
The standings again. Happy Hammers, Jamie Thomas. We've got the channel. I don't know if you watched the show. We've kind of broken this down, and we try not to make as fun as people as much as possible. But Champions League standings are top 4, and these have fluctuated from week to week. I think a lot of people week 1 really kind of blew the not the wild card, but the triple captain. and really killed it on a lot of points. I think kind of blew the wad the first week. And I think things are going to start to even out. I think you get more of a sample, a sample of, who's good, who's not, and who's, what teams are playing well. So I think things will start kind of working out in the future. See. Yeah, Trevor is second. Mind the gap at 204. Liam checking in at 200, and Dean Cornwall at 198. I think Dunk was in here a couple weeks ago. So let's get to. Let's see who's going to have to come. Yep, yeah, we're going to have to. Actually, we're going to have to do that. We're going to have to get some of these guys on the show to actually talk about their success. So let's see who sucks and who shouldn't come on the show.
Me, I don't know. I'm glad I was a last-minute replacement because I know if there was any other buddy that could have filled in, it probably would have been them.
We could always just go on what not to do.
Don't follow me.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We go on what not to do.
Like, okay, there you go. Yeah. See,
whatever I say, do the opposite.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Draft good players.
Vanilla Rice, Jeremiah Carson, 31 points this week, 83 total. Clockwork Quack, 69. And I don't even know how the hell to say that name. That looks like, somebody just had a bad day or they got some fat fingers. 45 points. In last place at 207. So he is
not there.
You're not there. You're not one of those guys yet. Luckily, like 2 weeks ago, there was 3, and I was the fourth one higher up. So I literally cut it off at 3 to make sure that I wasn't on the list.
I mean, hey, when you're the commissioner, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
that's Roger Goodell. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
exactly. Yeah, and he's a real popular guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So let's actually, a couple of things here. We're going to go through, just some. Let's see if I can get that. Pull that up right now.
Oh, there I am. Yeah, and excuse me for not having a West Ham kit on tonight. I put on just the most closed shirt I could, but I was in Toronto this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
All 3 of my shirts are dirty. They're in the washing machine right now. So I literally am just like, I'm just going to wear something maroon, and hopefully nobody gives me too much backlash about it.
No, I would never have said a thing. Didn't even know. I mean, you're beautiful the way you are, man.
Golly, that's what I like to hear. Yes.
All right, so some of last week's top performers, and obviously, copyright infringements all over the place. So I'm pulling this off the Premier League site. Van Aanholt or whatever, Crystal Palace. Actually, he probably not a big fan of Manchester United fans do not like that guy. Got 10 points. Ingles from Aston Villa, 9. Vestergaard, 9 points. Salah, 15 points. I mean, I saw a couple of people putting a triple captain on him and really just killed it
off.
Yes. What should I do with Melvin? We're gonna have to find out who that guy is because who's Melvin Zagord done?
If he's talking about Melvin Gordon, isn't that fantasy football because he plays for the Chargers? I think it's the wrong football he might be talking about.
Yeah. We should actually send this guy the link and just bring him on.
RB doesn't mean running back. So just JS, bro. I can tell you that. That's the only positive thing I have to tell you tonight.
Oh, somebody. Gordon.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Sorry,
wow,
bro.
we got trolled. We're getting trolled. That's great. All right. So Nathan Redmond, David Silva. What the hell is this? Mark Noble made the dream team?
Man, made the top 11.
What guy. In the blue hell is that?
The PK, and I mean, he had a pretty solid game overall, but I mean, did he have an assist?
I can't click on it right now, but we're gonna say he did. I don't know.
I would assume a goal and an assist. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we're getting trolled. We're getting trolled. Love it. Tammy Abraham. this glorious French man right here, and Sergio Aguero. So that's pretty good. That's your dream team for the week. So if you had any of those guys, you obviously were doing something right. What do you think about Noble? Do you think everybody likes to complain every week that, oh, you shouldn't play, you shouldn't be in the lineup?
I mean, evidently, obviously he should be, since he's on the top 11 of the whole entire Premier League right there. So that kind of says it. But, I mean, you can put somebody out there who's got better fitness and who's younger. But, I mean, he's the captain, he directs the team. He knows that team inside and out, and it's his team.
Let's get down to it. It's his team.
Yeah, he's what, a 15-year guy on the team, 16 years, something like that. I mean, you can't just, we got this 18-year-old who is just phenomenal. No, you can't do that. I mean, experience comes into play at some point, and I am a Mark Noble fan.
I am too,
for sure. More right there behind Felipe Anderson. Felipe Anderson's my guy. Love him. But yeah, Mark Noble, man, I love him. I don't have any problem with him being on the field at all. And I don't understand. There's so many people that are quick to just like, boom, boom, boom. Oh, no Chicharito. And then, he had one goal. Now he should start over everybody because he has one goal. And I'm like, what? Last week you wanted him to go to Mexico. And this week you want him to be in the starting 11. Like, what the heck? So I don't know. I think he's going to keep playing, and I think he's going to be a stud all year. And I think he's probably got this year and maybe next year, and then that's going to be it.
Well, let's take a quick, I don't say quick break, but this is like, it's not like 1950s television. Put that dog on a leash. My God.
I know. Gosh.
Drinkware Designs, the beautiful people at Drinkware Designs, partners, of American Hammers TV, and those glorious mugs have been designed to fit in the beautiful hands of Tim every week on his show, and you can have one just like it. Visit drinkwaredesign.com, and you can submit your logo. You can have whatever, it could be the Dallas Hammers. I think you guys have one on there. That's actually the display. You could put a picture of Mark Noble on there. You could put whatever you want on them, and they're great mugs, and I look forward to getting my grubby little hands on one soon enough. So thank you to drinkwaredesign.com. Go visit them, and obviously support American Hammers TV. I don't have the scarves. That's something actually we're going to sell too. We're really going to start pushing some of the merch a lot more. It's obviously, in truth be told, those things are revenue generators for us, and they're really sexy, cool looking things. And I need a scarf. I still have not received my mug in the post. Just saying.
Okay, well, send me a message because I'm down here in Dallas. I'll talk to him next week. I won't be here.
So they're in Dallas.
Yeah. Phil is it Paul? Paul's here in Dallas. Yeah.
Why the hell am I doing this? Why are you toting this? Why?
Man, hey,
like
I'm just an innocent bystander here.
Not anymore, dude. Not anymore.
There it is.
Not anymore.
I'm supposed to plug my time in Toronto last weekend with the Toronto Hammers later on. I was told by Tim to do that. So
okay, well,
that's my plug. There it is.
Oh, that was it.
Oh no!
Don't come in too hard.
No, hey, yeah, that's it. No, I was up in Toronto last week. The guys in Toronto were awesome. Went up there. Obviously, I live here in Dallas, but they just welcomed me with open arms. Their pub is pretty cool. It's called the Dog and Bear, and their owners. So there's two owners. One's a West Ham fan and one's a Manchester United fan. Kind of terrible. So it's a split bar. So one side is West Ham, the other side is Manchester United. And it was a great week to be there for me because we're sitting there and we're up 3-1. Manchester United's losing up until the 89th minute. Then they finally capitalize and score. And then you want to talk about the whole dynamic of that place changing when Crystal Palace scored in the 93rd minute. And I think the West Ham supporters cheered more for Crystal Palace at that point than they cheered for anything West Ham did all day because the Manchester United fans were just crushed, man. Crushed. It was great. So And the owner up there is awesome. He's at the game, or he was there with us at the game, gave us free beer after the match, too. He was like, we won.
That does not suck.
No, he just grabbed an entire case, set it on the table, and said, we won, drink up. You got it, boss. I'm right on top of it.
Don't have to say that twice.
No, don't tip me with a good time.
No, that's so who do we got in the chat room here? We got Gaz, Tim. Tim, I was under the impression that you were with your wife somewhere tonight. So not sure how that's working out. To each their own. That's cool. Me get wins. I'm not sure. So we were going to do something the other day, and Tim, I got another kind of thing to go to, a little segment here, but we were going to do something and see if anybody wants to jump on this open line Tuesday. If you want in, bring it. It's like The Rock says, bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it. So if anyone wants to hop on, obviously we can, accommodate until you become a complete asshole, and then we'll cut you out.
American football.
Yeah. So yeah, let's do that. But let's in the meantime, let's kind of go for the favorites for the week. And obviously, I would like to say that I did all this work, but Cody from Minnesota compiled a lot of this. And he did a great job last week with some of his knowledge of players and fantasy. So, I'll let you kind of chime in. Oh, outstanding. Not going to put that on. All right. So the first one, I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing.
No, I can't.
Yeah, that's good. Martin, sorry, can you be my interpreter? Like, if I screw these names up, can you interpret them for me?
Who, me? My dyslexic ass?
Yeah.
No way. No.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's like two rednecks. I mean, literally, it should be like two rednecks, fat, drunk, and stupid.
Literally, that's what it is right now. I mean,
that's what it is. It's dissolved into that.
Two hobos trying to explain football.
Yeah. Well, Martin the Newcastle keeper. Tottenham were heavy favorites, but top goalkeeping performance by him really kind of set the tone for the game. Helped Newcastle get a couple of points. He's really underrated player. Plenty of good goalkeepers at cheap prices, but he had a shutout performance. Joel, right here from Liverpool. Cody's thinking that he's picked up a lot of starts for Liverpool over the recent good form. He's had some injured teammates, and he's got himself a goal and 9 fantasy points against Arsenal. Good value if he earns a long-term placement in Liverpool's top 11. You got any comments on this? Because I'm not going to put all of our stuff up there.
No, man. I'm trying to see who's on here. I'm following it. I mean, obviously, I like the Frenchman over here on the bottom right, or the middle right. I'm really fond of him. Honestly, I haven't looked at the matchups for this week, so that's kind of what this is what I've been doing, and we said we're not going to listen to what Clint's doing because he sucks at fantasy, but I'm a matchup guy. After playing fantasy football for so long in America, I try to find the best matchups, and last week it helped because I had 50 points, I think 48 points, something like that.
Yeah.
So I haven't even checked the matchup. So I'm going to just go with what he's saying right now is this is the best 11 that's going to go out there because I haven't done my research this week yet, if you want me to be completely honest.
The thing too is you got to remember there's a very small sample size, from 3 weeks. I mean, that's not a lot to go on. And I remember the one time that I won fantasy football, American football, I literally I had 4 screens, just putting, analyzing data. And really what it comes down to is math. I say that every week, but I don't think we have enough sample size to get,
No, you just got to basically look at your matchups and I have a strong feeling we're going to beat X.
Yes.
And if that's the case, then roll with it. that's kind of what I did. I mean, I did have David De Gea last week in goal, and I kind of am regretting that. I was like, man, they're going to kill Crystal Palace. Well, there it is. That's fun.
I didn't really see that one coming. But another Cody's pick next week is Kyle Walker. He's feeling good about him. He got 2 points last week, but looks to have the first choice from Pep at the moment. Didn't get the clean sheet because Harry Wilson's free kick. Did you see that? That was stupid.
Man. Oh, my God. It was a strike.
That was stupid. Man City starting defenders tend to get a lot of clean sheets and points. He's good use of $6 million if he plays regularly, which I would agree with that as well. John McGinn, Aston Villa midfielder, seems to be a player with a low floor point tally, and that's something Cody and I talked about. Is even if a player's sucking, he's still going to get points, and I think that's something. The consistency that you're going to see with guys is really important. Is can they get, even on a bad matchup or a bad day, can they still at least get you, above the minimum?
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's the key thing to look at. So that's something that we want to continue to focus in on with some of these guys. So John McGinn,
and I mean, it's a complete toss-up too. I mean, look at Mark Noble last week. I mean, who, honest to God, thought Mark Noble was going to have 9 points? You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
It's just like, man, we can. I was trying not to spend the big money and play it small ball, kind of like the old Oakland Athletics, man, and just like money ball it. And it's hard. It's hard to pick. Yeah, I mean, you can pick these $9 million guys. And then you have Mark Noble, who's like 1.5, and he just go out and get 9 points. You're like, what the hell am I doing? This is crap.
It's actually funny you say that, because I was looking at the website, the Fantasy League, and they put all this data out, the differentials, and they had Pepe or whatever from Arsenal at $9 million. That's not a freaking differential. They're like only 2% in the league have him. I'm like, because he's only played one game and you're charging $9 million.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
That's not,
Sorry, I'm not going to sell the farm on him just yet.
Well, when you got two other guys that are playing at a high level, Aubameyang and crap, what's his name? That guy.
Yep. That other guy playing beside him. That guy.
He wears the red jersey.
That's right. And shorts and cleats. Yep. You're right.
But I mean, they're playing at such a high level, and there's only one ball to go around. So it's at $9 million, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like, how do you determine really if we're playing Man City or Liverpool, or if any of my guys are, I'm kind of wanting to get rid of them, because I mean, those two teams, especially Man City, I mean, they're just so good. Like, if I have somebody who's matching up against them, I'm getting rid of them, because I know that it's going to be a massacre. I mean, massacre.
I do not foresee points being, gotten on that game. Just
especially if Man City's at home. If Man City's playing at home, bye. See you. I'll pick up the whole team. Just let me buy the whole team.
Well, exactly. So let's check one of these out again. Mason Mount, Chelsea midfielder, another goal from Mount, and at $6 million, he's a bargain. So it's something to, obviously think about. And, I bit the bullet the other day and picked up Pulisic, and it paid off. I got an assist off Mason Mount for Pulisic off of him. So it worked out. Who is on your team? Do you know?
Yeah, let me look it up. Hold on 1 second. It is, I've got Sebastian and I have Felipe, because they're Mr. Anderson. They are my two go-tos. Let's see. Where's my team? I have Fabianski in the goal this week.
Okay.
Going to go for it. I have up top Colin Wilson.
Okay.
And then Sebastian up top. I got Fernandinho, David Silva, Pogba, and Anderson in the midfield. and Laporte.
Yep.
Lucas, however the hell you say his name, from Everton. Digny.
I got it. I got that guy too. Yeah.
And then Juan Bissaka from Man U, and then Nathan Aki.
Yep.
Or Kai.
Yep.
Kai Aki. I don't know. The asterisk over the E throws me off every time. I don't know which way to roll the tongue. So we're just gonna see two rednecks, fat, drunk, and stupid. Here it is right now.
Fat, drunk, and stupid. Can't get any better than this.
Man.
All right. It's a solid team. Why, Tim? It's a solid team.
Know.
Why so low?
Well, because I suck. I suck, Tim. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm taking Fabianski this week. I had David De Gea in the goal the last 2 weeks. He did good week 1. Or, no, I guess week 2. He did well. Last week, not so much. So I'm going to go with Fabianski this week and just pray that I can get another assist from Anderson to Sebastian again, because that was huge for me. I mean, that was big points right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think Anderson, he only had 6 or 7, but I mean, not everybody's going to have 20 points every week. So those low numbers like that, I mean, and I think he's playing so well right now. I mean, he's all over the field. So hopefully we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can break the 50 mark this week. I got 46 was my score 47 is my high.
There was some stat that was put out after the game, and obviously I'm going to butcher it, but it was like 140 or 100 something odd strikers have scored for West Ham in the last
11 years or something.
Yeah, something like stupidly.
Yeah, I read that on
embarrassing.
Twitter.
Yeah,
that we have signed and got rid of more strikers than like everybody on Man City has been for the last 11 years. Like we've signed more strikers than they've signed players or something. It was some atrocious number.
Yeah,
so
rather embarrassing. I'm going to take just a moment. Obviously, see the little banner there. Subscribe to our videos on YouTube. Make sure that you go to American Hammers TV and subscribe on Facebook. I'm not sorry, Facebook. Well, Facebook, yes, but YouTube. And make sure you click the bell. That's the big thing. And the big deal is if you want to get the bell so you get the notifications. But we're really getting close to the home stretch of 1,000 followers, and that is kind of a benchmark for us. And really closing in on that, putting a lot of work, a lot of time. A lot of people are contributing in different ways to kind of show their West Ham fandom in the United States, and obviously, in the greater Toronto area,
or the Dallas area.
Or the Dallas area. Well, it's American Hammers, so
that's
I was, neglecting the Canadians.
In Texas, we can kind of neglect Texas from America because we're awesome. And
actually, Tim's checking in, and see, there is a banner somewhere. But basically, you go to PremierLeague.com. If you go to PremierLeague.com, you can join a private league. Use that code and you can join. Actually, I had one person join the other day. That will be added, and then a second in Georgia that said he was going to join. So we're actually still getting people. It is I make a joke that this is kind of like the outreach ministry of West Ham. So you get that joke. Nobody else does. You in Texas get that joke. Everybody else doesn't get it. Like it's like right church.
Yeah, no, that's funny. That's really
so. But again, he and I have talked about actually American Hammers TV. That's the league. So actually Tim's kind of, a support group, kind of helping out like Deacon Tim.
Yeah.
See, you're getting the church references. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm in the Bible Belt. So,
exactly.
We get those Southern Baptist,
exactly.
Southern Baptist comments that you're saying.
Yeah. So again, please, obviously download, go to YouTube, look for it, click the like button. Very important. And obviously, there's a lot of other content out there that we really don't. We just haven't. We got a podcast going, which is phenomenal. I mean, those guys have done an amazing job with that. So it's on SoundCloud, We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and really, obviously
killing it.
And really the thing is that really people don't realize, and Tim has talked about this a couple of times in a couple of shows, and we've talked about that, in person or on the phone rather, is you uncover so many fans.
Man, for
didn't
real.
know we're out there. It's crazy.
And so I have like one Twitter that I had like all through college and stuff. So then, what's up, Gabe? Good to see a fellow Texan. I can't see you because you don't even have a face. You just a little like emoji thing, avatar thing. But good to see you. But I started a West Ham Twitter because it's hard to keep up on Facebook. I mean, so many different people are on Facebook. So I was like, I'll follow West Ham news and stuff on Twitter and this and that. And man, I've had it for probably 5 weeks, and I mean, I'm following like almost 1,000 people. I've got close to like 300 or 400 followers, and I'm like, I'm stupid on Twitter. Like, my content's no good, so why do you follow me anyways? But man, all these crazy people out of nowhere that just like West Ham. I'm like, why do we all like this team? Like, what is going on? But like you said, man, just some of the nicest people too. I mean, just DMing people and talking, and people will talk. And like the Toronto people, I just reached out to them on Twitter and Facebook. So they have 3 different guys. One guy handles Twitter, one does Facebook, one does Instagram. And they
hello, Steve.
They were great. They were great. So I mean, reach out anyway in the comments on Twitter, follow people, DM, or just at them, everybody. And spread the word too. I mean, word travels fast. Good news travels fast.
There was a video that, not a video, but an email. We're totally getting off fancy, so we're gonna have to get back on this. But actually, this good content to talk about is and touching on what you just said. I got an email from somewhere in England, which a lot of people don't realize that a lot of our followers and viewers are overseas.
Yeah, for sure.
And it really is amazing. And what I got was an email, and I shared it with Tim. I don't know if he got it. And I don't know how to kind of explain this, but you have like Airbnbs here in the United States.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was based like that. Like if you're going to somebody's house, if you're a West Ham fan and you want to travel to London to go to the game, and you're coming from out of town, a West Ham fan will let you stay at their house, but you're staying with them. Like, it's not like you leave; you stay there with that fan.
Okay, come on.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And the time, part of the, and it was. I mean, this is like a legitimate thing, and it said, "Don't waste your beer money on like hotel rooms."
See, and I think that's one thing that like really separates West Ham supporters from anybody else, because I got a lot of friends here in Texas, and yes, we're way off fantasy at this point, but these guys are just like Man U fans and Chelsea fans, and they're just not like awesome people when they talk about soccer and football and stuff. And every West Ham fan I come across is so happy, even though our quality of football sucks sometimes, we still have a great time. And like hearing that, I had no clue about that. So like I'm gonna look that up tonight, because that's awesome to know, because we're planning a trip to London next year. And my girlfriend just got in. She just sent me a private chat just now.
I'm looking at that. I'm like,
I know.
Why is there a picture of a dog? Is a dog like logging on? Is that what's happening now?
Who knows? That's probably the picture she put on. That dog that was barking on the patio. That's that is her. So
all right, we're totally getting off. Yeah, totally getting off. So let's kind of go back to kind of what we should be talking about is the fantasy stuff. Let's stay on track, stay on point.
Here we go. Reel it back in.
Reel it back in.
Reel it in.
Todd Cantwell, Norwich, attacking midfielder, 2 assists in match week 2 and a goal in the past week. If you don't have the money, or you've got your forwards that you feel you like, and you don't want to get on the Pookie train, God, I love saying that. That is so freaking hilarious. If you don't want to get on the Pookie train, this is the guy to pick up, because he's obviously he's young, he's getting the ball, he's getting those assists. So at 4.5 mil, it's a smart play. If you've got some extra money, or you've sold somebody who's, who at the beginning of the year was like a 7, and he's just, terrible, and you want to get rid of him, that's a pretty good, it's pretty good play. So I would totally, look at
he
that.
fits to their system too. He plays really well in their system. So the ball kind of travels through him in the middle, and a lot of runs come off of his passes. So I agree with that. At 4, you said 4.5.
4.5 mil. Yep.
Yeah, no, be a definite great pickup, especially down the stretch too, because him being young and his fitness is through the roof. He's definitely probably a guy that's going to have the stamina to not get injured throughout the year too. So I'll back that up.
So we're going to go, the next guy on the list is Nathan Redmond, Southampton. He's the primary playmaker for an improving Southampton side. And, I think last year, they were stinking up the joint, and then, kind of made a comeback, and, so he's a focal point for them. I think it's really going to start, picking up some goals and assists. Next person we got on the list is, where are you? Wesley, the Brazilian, really kind of, stunking up the last couple of weeks, but he's doing well from Aston Villa. Look better next time. He got first goal of the season. He's got good value going forward at 6 mil. There's my man. There's my man right there.
The guy, Frenchie.
Yeah. And the funny thing, if you ever looked at some of the pictures, that he does that same pose in every picture.
All the time.
His Instagram,
his Twitter, his photo shoot with the team. Yeah, it's that one.
Is this a passing thing? Let's take our shirts off. Okay, maybe not. But figuratively speaking,
they're not ready for that.
You got to pay double for that kind of action. Figuratively speaking, is he a guy that's going to be long term, or is this just a flash in the pan?
Man, so I don't know. I want to say he's going to be long term. I want to say, I like him. We spent a lot of money on him as a team. So I hope he stays around. He brings a presence to the midfield and, into the box too, just brings that presence. So I really hope it's not blowing our wad too quick on him and saying he is the savior, but he kind of is at this point. I really see him being the same, just his size. If you size him up with Chicharito, you know what I'm saying? He's got like 9 inches on him. Just that alone right there.
Yeah, he's
not more.
He is a big dude.
And he is a European football player. That's the big thing. He has played European football his whole life. And I think that's a big thing. He knows the game. So I think it'll work, and I'm going to keep him on my fantasy team as long as I can. I'll say that. I'm going to keep him right there at the top.
And Cody's obviously, making the comments and writing some of the copy that I'm reading. And I just didn't really look at it too much. I kind of glanced at it, but he's pretty high on him. West Ham striker, absolutely incredible versus Watford. We're winning the league with him. Take all the point penalties. Drop Aguero, drop Aubameyang, drop Kane. We've got a French goal scorer back in claret and blue. Think he likes him.
I agree with all of that, but winning the league. I don't agree with that. I think we need to just pull on the reins a little bit. But I think he's probably a 24 goal guy. That's what I'm going to call 24.
Bold comment. Bold
strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, I hope it pays off. And the last one we're going to go with is Tammy Abraham. Ironically, I went to school with a girl named Tammy Abraham, and she played soccer. Did not look like him.
Did not look like that.
2 goals for Abraham. He really looks like he's going to be Lampard's only option up front.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the Tammy Abraham show. So we're pretty excited about that.
Priced at? Does it say what he's priced at?
We didn't write it down, but I think it's actually doing pretty well. Tim is a huge Airbnb fan. Gabe, you're going to join Tuesday night. Yep, Gabe, you gotta get in the league. And who else? So I said lost some penalties. Yeah, I was. I would really like to hear of a Millwall West Ham match, like what went down in that. So yeah, we'd like to thank some of the folks that are in the chat room. Obviously, we got Tim, T-Bow, Ray. So thanks for giving a shout. Me gets wins. Bring it. Like if you want to come on, I'm totally.
He was the one talking about the San Diego Chargers.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Correct.
So me get winless is actually what his name is, I think.
What about just he hate me? How about that? You want to go with that?
Oh yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So we're gonna one thing I was gonna talk about real quick was top transfers in and out for the week. And we'll kind of go to that real quick. And obviously I'm kind of pulling some of this stuff off the internet, so it's not the best of qualities. But I wonder who's number one. I mean, I wonder who most people are kind of putting in their team. What do you think? It's a little Pookie action. Do you think a lot of people are looking at West Ham against Norwich this coming up and going, oh, man, I'm busy get some points? I mean, obviously the defense has been a little porous at times.
Boy, the defense has been non-existent at times.
Yeah.
Let's call that how it really is, which sucks. Goodness gracious. I wouldn't have anybody on our defense on my back line for fantasy if you want the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
As bad as that sounds.
Well, you got Pookie Cantwell, Mason Mount, Abraham, and De Bruyne. And that was one of the website's differentials. I was like, come on, man. Really? Like,
right.
Yeah, that was your investigation? Come on.
Right.
A lot of people dropping this week is Harry Kane in AA, which I picked him up because he did well one week, and then bam, he's out. Rashford, apparently Rashford is hurt as well. King from Bournemouth and Wan-Bissaka.
I'm keeping Wan-Bissaka. I am.
I really think that they should be getting more clean sheets than that. I don't know why they
that's true.
I'm really shocked that they're not doing.
Well, not even a clean sheet. I mean, they should have won. How many? What did they miss? Two penalties.
Yes.
Right. I mean, if you're you can't leave it into the referee's hands like that. I mean, I agree with the clean sheet, but yes, that would help some people's fantasy team too.
Oh, of course,
in the back of the net.
Of course.
But
so what are your predictions for this week? West Ham predictions.
West Ham this week. Well, last week I said 2-0 and it was 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna say 2-1.
2-1.
Us. 2-1 West Ham. Excuse me. Yeah, 2-1 West Ham. I think Norwich comes out quick and gets a quick goal. Kind of catches the defense sleeping. And then I really think the high-pressure long ball attack will kind of wear Norwich down. I think we'll squeeze 2 out. That's what I'm hoping. 2-1.
2-1.
I would like a clean sheet because Fabianski's in the goal for me. But 2-1, yeah, 2-1.
You're going to take 2-1, you're going to run with it.
I'm gonna take my ball and go home.
I'm not a big prediction guy. I really, and it's kind of a puss way out of it. But I just don't. Yeah, I like to get. I think it was Dave we had on last time, who's more the gambler, and kind of understands that part of it. But it's
over your head.
Oh, it's so over my head, and really, I'd like to. Really get it, understand it more. It is way too difficult. At what point do you get the night vision goggles and come on the show?
When? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm playing like freaking Splinter Cell here.
Well, I mean, so the air conditioner in my room sucks. I was going to go in there, but it was hotter than molasses. So, and I don't know why. No, it's slower than molasses. I'm an idiot. Yeah, there it is. So, and it's a beautiful night here in Texas. It rained today. It's like 81 outside. So I was like, I'm going to sit outside. I can turn the light on though. If you need me like Motel 6, I can turn the light on.
It's good. I like the Splinter Cell video game look that you got going.
I didn't even pay attention to it. I finally looked over at it and I was like, oh crap. I am kind of like, going stealth.
Yeah, it's totally stealth mode. We'll just kind of go or review this week's matchups. And I don't know if there's a better way to look at this real quick.
Matchups. I'm going to look at this as you're looking. I'm looking at it on my phone because it's small on my computer.
Yeah, so no game on Friday, but Saturday you got – and I'll read these off to you real quick, and we'll just kind of do a rapid fire. Where are the points at? Who would you pick? And then we'll just kind of go from there. Yeah, Blair Witch thing. That's pretty accurate. It is very Blair Witch.
Sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I was on short notice tonight. My bad.
No, that's cool. That's totally cool. Just as long as you have a silencer and all that stuff. All right. Yeah. So, Southampton hosting Manchester United.
Gonna be a whooping. I'm sorry, Southampton, but if you don't keep it at least 3-0, like I'm just saying it's gonna be 4-0 Man U. Easy.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. All right. Chelsea hosting Sheffield United. The feel-good story so far this year, Sheffield United.
I mean,
what say you?
I mean, I would like to see Sheffield win. I think Chelsea is going to take it at home. You know what? I'm actually going to be bold right here. I'm going to say 1-1.
Draw.
I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. They're just going to steal some points away from the house. So, which would be nice for Sheffield.
I say this every week. For me right now, Chelsea is like a box of chocolates. Like the Forrest Gump adage. Like you just don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
Like
exactly.
1 week, 1 week they're going to look like, I mean, would you have said that they would have beat Norwich like before week 3? No.
Preseason I would have. And then pre-week 3, after weeks 1 and 2, I would have said no.
Exactly. So it's just it is very
top 4 or a top 12. I mean, it's like they're all over the place. There's no consistency. No consistency.
And this is probably one of my worst games of the week. Crystal Palace hosting Aston Villa.
I think Aston Villa, because I think Crystal Palace is going to come out with their hair on fire because they stole 3 points last week, and 2-0 Aston Villa.
Okay. Leicester, Bournemouth. I see that. I see a lot of points in that.
Yeah, I could see a 2-2 draw.
Okay. Man City hosting Brighton.
Wow.
Go behind the woodshed?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Brighton in this one. 7-0 over Man City. Okay,
no. So you just checked in as drunk on the Fat, Drunk, and Stupid scale. All right.
Yeah, I'm not going to Vegas with that bet. Let's just put it that way. No, it's not even fair. Man City is gonna beat the crap out of them.
Newcastle hosting Watford.
I think Watford pulls this one out 1-0. They don't look terrible. I mean, Newcastle got a huge win last week against Tottenham, which I was not sad about. But I don't think they have it this week. 1-0, they're going to lose.
Did you see? Obviously, people like to show videos and think what people are saying, but Miguel Almiron goes over to the coach and he's getting some instructions on the side.
Right.
And somebody thought that the coach is doing this with his hands, or Almiron's doing this. It finally looked like the coach just said, "Yeah, just whatever."
Yeah, go do that. Yep.
Yeah, whatever you just said, go do that. West Ham hosting Norwich.
2-1. West Ham.
Wow. I'm going to go 2-2 draw.
Really? I thought you weren't a betting guy.
Even blind dog,
Finds a nut. 2-2. Okay.
Yep. Burnley, Liverpool at Burnley.
It doesn't matter if it's in the Queen's Palace. Liverpool is going to win. Probably handily 3 or 4-1.
Oh, wow. I think that'd be closer than you think.
Really? I don't know, man.
Burnley is so boring that it's not going to be as bad as route as you think. I truly believe that.
I'm thinking 3. I'll say 3-1. Really, it might be 4-1, but I'm going to say 3-1.
Everton. I'm sorry. Everton hosting Wolves.
I think it's a wash. I think it'll be 0-0. It'll be probably the most boring game of the weekend.
You really think so?
I do, yeah. I don't think it'll be that entertaining, honestly.
I actually think
Sunday morning.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not getting up at 8 o'clock for it.
No, at all. No.
Me not one.
No, I think it'll be 0-0. I don't think it'll be that great of a game, honestly. And then this next one you're going to say, I think Arsenal's going to destroy Tottenham.
Really?
Yeah, Tottenham's played terrible all year. I mean, they look terrible. They don't look in sync. And I think they're going to lose 2-0.
I think if Arsenal were to win that game, actually checking in the message.
Oh, I see it, Tebow, 3-0.
Wow.
Bold.
Gas, glad you were able to get your badge done. Yeah. I had the logo. I'm pretty proud of that. It's pretty cool.
Looks sweet.
There's some hidden messaging in there. So I'm not going to tell you what it is because that defeats the whole point of being hidden.
Yeah, it's not a subliminal message if you
But there's a lot of hidden meanings there. I put a lot of thought into it.
Twattenham. That's funny, Tim. That is funny, Tim. I haven't heard that.
Oh, wow. PG-13. All right, what I was actually going to say was if Arsenal wins that game, I think it's going to set the tone for the rest of their year.
I think so.
If they shit the bed, it's not going to be a good year.
Well, I think it's that make or break game for them and for Tottenham too. I mean, you got to think if Tottenham comes out and lays another goose egg or just another loss, I mean, not even a goose egg, but just doesn't come out with 3 points, man, going into that long break, I mean, you're just going to sit on that. And so I think it's huge for Arsenal to win. I think it'll be huge for them to get a push into the top 8, probably top 7, top 8. And I think it's huge for Tottenham too. I think it's a seesaw for them. If they lose, I really think it'll put them on a destructive path to the bottom. I hope, anyways. I'm hopeful.
Wow, I don't really know you that well, but you speak in total, like, just bold, like it's.
Yeah, man. Hey, I am a man of my word. I'm just going to go by it. I don't want to go back and forth. That's what I want to happen. Is that going to happen? Probably not, because look at my fantasy scores. But I can be, half glass full or really full. Glass really full. There it is. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. So, obviously that's kind of our picks for the week, and we'll start to wrap it up. I feel like I'm kind of going like, getting the end of the monologue and, kind of talk about the show. But again, we're going to start wrapping it up. We've kind of gone through this week's, at least Cody's picks. And again, thank you, Cody. I know you're not with us right now. Hopefully, you're watching the Atlanta United, Minnesota United U.S. Open Championship game that you're currently losing right now. But never mind.
Who's winning right now?
Atlanta United is winning 2-1 on a own goal from Minnesota United and
great
Pity Martinez goal, and then Robin Lode, 47th minute, Minnesota. So I got 2-1. So again, thank you everybody for coming on. It is really a pleasure. Thank you so much for Clint for stepping in at the last minute. I really appreciate it.
I will definitely come more prepared, but literally 2 hours notice. So I was like, oh crap. So I didn't have anything no
this
notes
is
or anything written down, but I will be better prepared next time.
I'm really looking to put this show together in kind of a wrestling format. I've got a stable, I got guys. I got a
Perfect.
wrestling stable. So I
like
want
it.
guys, we put in and bring in. So thank you again, really, seriously. All joking aside, thank you so much for coming on. It is really important to, like the show. I mean, that's probably the most important thing we get across is, search out other fans, send this information to them, and like us on YouTube because we're putting out a lot of content. It is something that a number of us are very passionate about as West Ham fans and putting out good quality content. We can have all these cool, computers and, looking at YouTubes and widgets and data and all that stuff. At the end of the day, it comes down to the fans and the people that are supporting us. And we will obviously want to give back with good content and really taking it seriously. So show your support, check it out, search out other West Ham fans. And again, thank you so much, Clint, for being on the show.
Yeah, man.
Thank you to everybody on the message boards for checking in. And then hopefully we get some folks back in the motherland. We're here in the colonies, back in the motherland. Thank you guys. When you guys wake up, like us.
Enjoy.
And we'll go ahead and get ready to check out here. So again, thank you so much, and we'll go ahead and hit the road. Come on, your irons, man. Let's go.
There it is.
All right, have a good one, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.